Yo, what's up, everybody? So, in today's video, I'm going to cover the back end of what my infrastructure looks like for anybody who wants to, let's say, pivot into TikTok, or let's say if you're an ecom brand owner and you want to implement this for your own in-house team so you don't have to work with an agency. Well, then this video is for you guys. So, I myself don't consider myself, or I should rephrase that. The way my team is structured, I don't really consider ourselves an agency. We're more so a hybrid of, yes, of course, we can manage ads. Yes, we can produce content, which is like a creative agency aspect of it. And then also there's like a consulting aspect of it. So there's like 3 layers to it, covering all verticals for any ecom brand owner who wants to scale with us. Or let's say if an agency owner wants to implement this offer specifically, we cover all of our bases to really make that happen, right? So in today's PDF that I created, I'll probably release this during the week as well, is I want to cover the days of mediocre UGC are over, right? Whether you're advertising on Facebook or TikTok, it is fair to say that creatives drive the market more than any media buying strategy out there. I get so many messages of people literally asking me, hey, how do you structure this? Can I white label your service? Can I do this? Like, I just want to implement this TikTok offer, right? So I just figured, why not I just share the infrastructure, how that's built, so that you guys have some sort of knowledge and you understand, like, there's a lot that really does go into this, right? This is not just your generic agency that you can just start up like it was with Facebook ads. You just hire a media buyer, you charge a 3K retainer, you're making 2.5K profit, right? TikTok is a different beast, it's a different animal, more so for the content side of things. There's a lot of moving parts for the back end of producing and providing UGC, whether you're doing that for your own clients or even if you're an ecom brand owner, right? You need content to scale on any ad platform, right? To scale on Facebook, you need great UGC. To scale even further on TikTok, you need really, really good UGC, right? So I don't use any third-party platforms. I don't do Incense. I don't do Billo. I don't even do Trinity, right? A lot of people say, oh, use these third-party platforms and then have them white label that stuff and you just worry about being the middle figure, right? No, it doesn't work like that, right? Yeah, you can find these influencers, but let alone these influencers on those platforms are charging a premium. I see people charge $50 to $100 per UGC, and let alone you're not even, like, you still have to fulfill the back end stuff, right? So in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, well, how am I going to structure the back end? How would I do this? So I spoke with a couple of people in the space, got some help. Also, been in the game for a while now, signing my own clients, dealing with that. And I figured, why not just build out my own infrastructure, right? I have the network, I have the audience, I have a ton of people in the space. So with that being said, I just figured, why not just release a training to the public, help you guys out as well. In terms of everything, I'll focus on the back-end infrastructure, right? So there's 3 components to it. You need a creative director, you need influencers, you need editors, right? So a creative director, they're responsible for creating storyboards, handling copy, sharing insight on what's already working with the ever-changing TikTok platform. UGC for paid ads is very different than organic UGC. I made countless amounts of videos covering this in terms of how the framework looks like, right? So for the paid ad side of things, there's an intro, hook, before and after, or I should just say like the before results, the bridge to the gap of displaying the product in action, and then the after results, the benefits, right? With a strong call to action. For the paid ad side of things, there needs to be a storyline because you have to hook somebody in, you have to keep them engaged, and then you have to get them to buy off the impulse, right? Which is very difficult if you don't have a framework to follow. For the organic side, you don't need a storyline to go viral. Honestly, you just need trendy sounds, a 10 to 20 second clip length, and subtitles. That's it. What I've noticed, what works really well and what really does go viral are clips that literally just honestly don't follow a framework. They're just they look so native to the platform. On the For You page, because that's what goes viral, right? You get seen on the For You page, you get a ton of people to watch that video all the way through, and then from there your engagement goes up, the amount of people that view it go up, the amount of likes go up, right? So that's what I've noticed. The less structured organic UGC flows, I mean, the more likely it'll pop off, as of course the only way to going viral is being seen on the For You page, right? Now when I talk about a creative director, they're literally a director to your own movie, right? Let's say if you're from the brand owner's perspective, you have this product, you've devoted your whole entire life to building it out. Now you want a creative director that aligns with your brand and knows it just as well as you do, or if not even better, so that they can bring that vision to life, right? They're responsible literally for bringing your product to life and the way you want that to look. They bring that to life. So ideally, this is probably the most important member on the team if I were to put everybody in positions, just because they're responsible for, like I said, creating the script, creating the frameworks, right? Giving enough insight to these influencers so that they can follow this A to Z and make sure that the content and everything behind it is solid enough for you to go and get results off of impulse purchases, right? So they do a lot, and it's very important. Not a lot of people are great at directing influencers, right? Because you have to understand as well, they need to be good at managing a team. They need to be good at communication. They need to be good at basically being a leader under you for the creative side of things, right? In terms of the next step, influencers are nothing more than like models, right? They show the product in action. They are ideally actors in your own film. They follow the creative director and bring that vision to life. Not every influencer is going to be a good person to work with, right? This is just common. So here's a couple factors I'll look after for each influencer that potentially we look to bring on for our team, or let's say we pair them up with our clients with any brands we work with. We look for energy, we look for style, we look for brand alignment, and we look for lighting. Super huge here. You don't want a piece of content that's in a dark room. It's not going to make sense. It doesn't look good, doesn't look professional, right? You need amazing amount of lighting. This is what's going to ultimately boost you on the algorithm for TikTok and UGC, right? I have a ring light as well, so I suggest like maybe even doing a package where you buy like a ring light for influencer that works with you guys. Just send them over a ring light. Like, lighting is huge here. I don't have it on me, or I don't have the ring light on for this video because it's not like a YouTube video that I'm shooting off my camera. But when I do shoot like professional content, I have a ring light. I make sure everything is great in terms of lighting, perspective, so that you can see my face and really be keen and prone to listen to what I have to say, right? Also, you want to make sure they at least have a strong social presence, right? A person who understands the platform, especially specifically TikTok, and they already been posting content and they've somewhat grown an audience on there, they're so much easier to work with than somebody from scratch you have to reinvent the wheel with, right? We want to make sure that this process is as easy as possible, and the only way to do that is from influencers that know what the hell they're doing. So in terms of the next step, right, that's we covered creative directors, we covered influencers, now editors, right? You don't have to really do too much deep work in editors, because all they're doing is just putting the final touch of it all together, right? You need to make sure that they have their own style, but also it's crisp editing skills, right? Subtitles are important here. Let the guys do what they do best, which is editing the video. I mean, there's some great editors in India, Singapore, so like literally don't sleep on those guys. Honestly, you just need somebody to plug and play the words, make it look nice, maybe put in some emojis when you're talking about specific type of word, right? This just keeps the viewer engaged, and then when they read across subtitles, they're more than likely to follow it all and go through the whole entire video or clip. Lastly, where to find these influencers, right? Influencers are literally everywhere on the internet, every single platform. You look at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, a ton of people trying to become the next influencers, especially after the surge of TikTok, right? We've seen like Addison Rae, all these other females pop off on TikTok just from dancing, right? So this is kind of setting the trend of like, well, if people can get paid for this and they can make millions of dollars off of it, why not just become an influencer, right? So there's a lot of people to choose from. Twitter, by far, in my opinion, is the best platform to find experienced influencers in the game. Twitter is literally just a community-based platform, and if you find the right groups or you follow the right people, there are a ton of influencers that are looking for roles, looking for jobs, and yeah, I mean, it's an endless cycle of just influencers on there. Facebook has a decent amount as well, but I would say Twitter is by far where the most experienced influencers are typically at. Also, there's some platforms where you can pay somebody in the industry to give out a shout out. Connecting with those people as well is not a bad idea. There's platforms. Literally, people pay, like, let's say if somebody's birthday, they pay a specific celebrity or influencer to shout them out. great platform. You can go get their email details, send them a message, tell them more about the brand, and then from there, bring them on as influencers. Instagram, another great platform to find influencers as well. You just need to have, you need to do some digging in regards to keywords, hashtags, to see, okay, which influencers align with my brand and what I'm trying to sell. And then from there, you're able to just communicate about the relationship and the audience, right? Also, existing customers for your brand is a great way to get UGC. Build out a decent email flow, which doesn't have to be complex. Pick 10 of those people to shoot UGC for you. And then from there, there's your cycle of UGC, right? Now, not everyone has to be an expert to create content. The name in it is user-generated content. So content generated by somebody from a phone. You don't need a camera, a $900 camera. You don't need anything else. You just need somebody with a smartphone that can produce solid content and make that experience worthwhile, a custom and aligns with what's seen on the For You page, right? So, like I said, you don't need to charge or you to pay somebody like $50 to $100 to shoot content, right? It's not that difficult. You just need somebody that can provide and bring energy to the content they film, and you need to make sure that they can follow a script but also add their own unique style to it, right? And as mentioned, there's a ton of people who are trying to quit their jobs to become full-time influencers. Last step, how to vet influencers. Actually, on my end, I have an application process that streamlines this A to Z. Each potential influencer we work with has to shoot like a 15-second application video following a script we provide tailored to each brand we're working with. Ideally, what I'm looking for is just energy, style, lighting, how well can they follow a script and add their own creativity to it. And then I typically just give them a prop, like around their house anybody usually has, and they use it as a product they're trying to promote, right? So when they do get accepted into a specific role, I send over like a 5-minute video of training, a couple of PDFs as well. It just breaks down like the importance of lighting, the way you shoot content, like angles, as well as maybe just overall how to add unique style to the specific storyline and creatives, right? So the more training you have, the more professional you become, and then the more people can really lock in and figure out, okay, well, they're giving me help. This is what I know is going to work, and this is how this process was done in the past, right? When you do create like PDFs or trainings or even like 5-minute videos, breaking down like each specific sector. Because like I said, creative directors are the director to their own film. So even getting those guys to maybe create a training for each influencer to go through will just save you so much time on the back end, and you'll minimize the amount of mistakes you occur that will occur when working with an influencer who, let's say, isn't as experienced as somebody else, right? Because the more experienced an influencer is, I mean, the more likely they're going to charge you more per each clip. So from there, it's like, okay, we still want a good amount of influencers, but also, I mean, creating content isn't hard. So that's the back-end infrastructure, A to Z, in terms of how I'm going about it and how other people are in the space as well. A lot of moving parts. The hardest part, I would say, is finding creative directors, right? Because this space is so new, there's not enough experience in it, right? There's not a lot of creative directors that understand the platform to a T, right? So it's very important to vet your creative director as much as possible and make sure they know what they're doing, so that then you can delegate those tasks of creating scripts, frameworks, storyboards, and all that to those guys, right? So talent is everything here. If your creative director isn't good, well then the UGC that you provide isn't going to be good. This is why like a lot of agencies suck at providing content, because their team isn't good. They don't know what they're doing, right? So it's a domino effect. As mentioned, if the creative director isn't good, everything goes to shit. If the influencer isn't good, everything goes to shit. If the editor can't make a unique style and make it come to life with effects and everything, it goes to shit. So there's a lot of moving parts. Hence why agencies get a bad rep, especially for this TikTok offer, because they don't know what they're doing, or they don't provide the best content and effort into anything else, right? So when doing this, make sure you have everything aligned and make sure everything is just really well done, so that you can get UGC to get sales, right? So with that being said, I hope this gave you guys some insight. If you're looking to maybe add this to your arsenal, if you're an agency owner, the TikTok side of things, right? My team and I, we're currently we have a couple spots open for people to potentially white label our service. On the other side of it, if you're an ecom brand owner and you want us to potentially, you need help with pivoting to TikTok, let's talk. Let's hop on a meeting. You can talk directly to me. I can walk you through our infrastructure with my team and how we can possibly help you out. Lastly, another offer rolling out is just consulting. Whether that's an agency owner or whether that's an ecom brand owner, I consult people on how to build out this infrastructure in-house, right? Especially for ecom brand owners. I know they at a certain point they get tired of agencies, so they just want to build out an in-house team. We're consulting with a couple people already who we're working on building this out A to Z so that they don't have to worry about anything anymore. So if you're an agency owner or even an ecom brand owner, you want to build this out in-house, right? We offer consulting. So yeah, just feel free to book in a call down below. But other than that, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you. Bye-bye.